is Saturday's game against Revival, map 1. You guys win this one. I don't know the scores. These maps are really long. This is probably going to take a long time. But let's do it. Alright, so automatically, right? The first thing is, Farah, we ran the pharmacy strictly to deal with their comp. And the Mercy right now is in here with Reaper and Baptiste. Mercy has no reason to be here. If you're running a pharmacy, Mercy should automatically be out the gates with the Farah. So, right there, Farah has 25 health. And Mercy has 100. And they're just getting to her. If this McCree can aim, Farah should die. I haven't watched these VODs yet, so I don't know anything. But if this McCree can aim, which it looks like he can, Farah should be dead here. Or not, he sucks. Never mind. Okay, so that's good, right? Right now, if you're Farah, you want to be shooting right into the center of that, dealing as much damage possible to get your ult as fast as you can. The immortality wasn't bad. It'll let you, since the Baptiste right now is the only healer with the rest of the team, it's really good to keep that sustained because 5 of them right now are pushing straight into you. So that's a really good immortality. Keep everyone alive and heal them as fast as possible. You shouldn't be shooting them at all. Okay, so exactly what we needed, right? Farah putting the constant pressure into the middle of them, doing all that AoE damage. Got Reaper weak, and he was down. Let's see. From this point, it should be clean up because their biggest damage dealer is dead. Yep. Zarya dies. That Brig should be going down next. But Farah, right now you should turn around and kill this Brig. You know she's one shot. She was just in front of you. Brig still isn't dead, and now you're shooting at her. But we left our Reinhardt. Alright, so since no one killed the Brig when she was one shot for that entire time, what, 5 seconds or so? 5 or 10 seconds? Now we have technically 3 people dedicated to killing this Brig. We have Pharmacy, so that's 2, and Reaper all going for this Brig who still hasn't died. Reaper is probably about to. And because of that, Reinhardt is now in the middle of their team, so they have 2 people on our Rhine, and also the McCree shooting at our Farah. So we are all kinds of split, and so are they. So both teams messed up here, right? So first we should have called that this Brig was weak, so she would be dead, and Reinhardt should not have gone straight in. I don't know if he's gonna die. It doesn't look like he's gonna die, although he has a third of his health, just about. So we'll see what happens. Okay. So yeah, I was right. Ryan doesn't die. Only reason we won that is because both teams were split. We just had the man advantage. If they were any groups, we probably would have lost. Okay, so they're switching to Pharmacy with a Doomfist and a Moira. Okay, so if you're Farah, do not, unless you are extremely confident, do not take Farah battles unless you have to. Because the more time you're shooting at Farah, the more time they have to shoot at your team. You're wasting your rockets, and you're almost getting your team killed if you take those battles. Okay, so this is good. You're not taking the battles. Doomfist is 1. Who's he about to kill? Baptiste might die. I doubt it though. He's got a good chunk of health. That was a good immortality. So you see Doomfist coming in. So you use the immortality to keep your team alive since you know you're going to be dove. That's really smart. Barrow should die. Nice. I don't think that Shatter was necessary, considering you do have the immortality, a Zarya with bubbles, and a Baptiste right here, all backing you up. So I don't think the Shatter was necessary, but it shouldn't have any downsides so far. You've got 2 picks, so you've already won this fight. So, yeah. committed window. Okay, so let's see. You used 2 ults there that could have been saved. So next fight, you could have had 1, 2, 3, 4. You could have had almost all 6 ults because Zarya's is hard to charge. You would have had 5, almost 6. But you wasted the window completely, and Shatter, you could have done without it. Let's be real. So, in the future, think about, like, let's see. You're gonna push in here. You're gonna get the first 2 picks. It's gonna be Moira and Doomfist, if I remember correctly. Yep. Okay, so Moira and Doom are dead. Alright, so you shattered as they were dying. So granted, you didn't know they were dead, or you didn't know they were gonna die. So that's not entirely your fault. But if you were a little slower on your shatter, you should pay attention to the feed. Like, for example, Baptiste doesn't ult for another couple seconds. You have 2 picks in this fight, and he sees Zarya get shattered. Baptiste should not ult. If you're up 2-0 in a fight like this, you should not commit any ultimates. You most likely won, especially if it's early game like this, and they just made 2 switches. 3 switches. They're not gonna... Fuck, they made like 4 switches. They're not gonna have any ultimates. So you should know you have the ult advantage, plus 2 picks. So no ultimate should be committed here. Alright, really good job, Pharah, though. Not wasting your time taking these battles. It's really, really good. The only time it's worth taking those battles is if you don't have, like, if you really need to. Like, if you're getting shot at in close quarters by the other Pharah, or you know they're gonna use a barrage, then it's a good time to distract her with the 1v1. But other than that, you shouldn't be taking those battles. Okay, so let's see. They've got 4 people on point: Ryan, Zarya, Moira, Doom, and then the pharmacy up here. So right now, Pharah is shooting at our supports, right? She's trying to kill the Baptiste. What you guys need to do, I think, instead of... If you pushed in straightforward like this, you would have 4 people in front of you, and a pharmacy would drop down behind you. You'd basically get sandwiched, right? So instead of dropping off the high ground, look for where they are. So you all were up here. You saw them go this way. So, alright, let's see. You saw these 4 people go this way, and the Pharah and the Mercy were still up there. So what you could have done was, you guys could have stayed up here. You could have rotated down here. You could have even gone back here, or stayed here, taken the fight there. But by putting yourselves here and pushing in, you leave yourself open to 4 people here and the pharmacy. So they're going to drop down behind you at an angle there, and you're going to be pushed by these 4 people here. So think about enemy positions before you make any moves. Okay, perfect. So so you push in, you use the immortality. It looks like you got a little bit greedy with the immortality and the barrage, although that could be a viable combo, considering they really wouldn't have time to destroy it. So that was smart. It just wasn't... Simply, the Ryan needed to block the shatter. That's all you needed to do. But Baptiste is down, and this Pharah is doing exactly like I said. She's coming behind to get that back angle. Mercy dies, and Zarya dies. So that Pharah got 2 picks that fight, because she simply cornered you guys. So never put yourselves in a position where you don't have an escape. If you guys were here, the Pharah was up there, these 4 here. If you back up, you're backing into a pharmacy. If you go forward, you're going into 4 people. You could have gone right, but at that time you had already committed your immortality and your barrage. So it was too late for you guys. So just think about that. Think about enemy positioning before you make moves. Don't just go for the first thing you see. Oh fuck. Oh well. Scuffed. So let's see. Doomfist is there. You probably don't know Doomfist is there, considering the angle you attacked at. So if you're Pharah right now... Oh, you do know. Huh. I guess I'm just dumb. So if you're Pharah, you don't want to be shooting at that Doom. You're not going to get anything. So, right now you should be shooting at the Reinhardt, and maybe the Moira. Yeah, trying to kill that Doom isn't going to get you anywhere. So, shooting at Doomfist in a position like that is almost like trying to shoot the Pharah. Because the entire time you're shooting at Doom, Pharah was shooting at your Baptiste. Now your Baptiste is half health. And he probably dies? No?
Meteors!
Okay. No immortality for that. My prediction, both of you die. And good reactions. Good bubble. So let's just see what the hell is going on right now. So, there's a lot of people everywhere. Pharmacy, Moira, Zarya, Tank, Rein. So we got 3 there, 2 there, and a Doomfist there. They're all kinds of split. You have 2 tanks here, Pharmacy here, and Baptiste and Kree both right there. Both critical. So you have 1, 2, 3 people critical. 1 person, 2 people half, 1 person in fighting condition, we'll call that. So, the position you put yourself in right now is simply because you're so split, they have the advantage. So they have 3 people, technically 5 people coming at this one angle right here, the same angle, and the Doomfist literally just doing his job. So what could have gone differently is what we should be asking. See what happens. Okay, this is the first major thing that happens. Baptiste gets punched. So automatically, Baptiste is out of this fight for now. So look where you guys are and look where Baptiste is. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 people here and Baptiste over here. What you should do is Baptiste should call that, and all 5 of you need to go over to Baptiste except for maybe Pharmacy.
Meteor strike!
Okay, so you're... Like I was talking about before, I know they don't have any snipers, or any like real one-hit potential, like instant one-hit potential, if you're not counting Doomfist right now, but just in general, like I was talking about, don't be out in the open like this. Okay, so when the Baptiste was here, Doomfist came this way, punched him over here. That entire time, Baptiste was still over here, and he still is. So we have Bap there. All of you could have gone over here, or Baptiste should have pushed out into his team. Granted, he used immortality here to save his life, which technically, if this pays out, was worth it. So, Pharmacy shouldn't be that low, you should always be high up. Kree, Zarya, you guys are really split, so let's look at their team, right? Let's see where their team is. Where's Pharah? Aside from Doom, there they are. Holy shit, what are they doing? They're throwing. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over there. And where is the 6th? What? Oh, there he is. Okay. Okay, now I see him. I'm blind. 1, 2, 3, Pharah over there. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So they're arguably more split than you. So you should win this. But 2 people got split there. Zarya is still out here. Ryan's basically dead here. Zarya should die. Ryan goes down, Mercy goes down, you committed window, and this fight's lost. So what we should have done from the beginning of this fight was, if we ever get there. Okay, right there, that's where it happens. That's where everyone splits. You should still be grouped up behind this Rhine shield. Zarya's in front of it, Baptiste is back here. McCree is the only one that's really in position right now. So, aside from Pharmacy, I'm going to disregard Pharmacy right now because they just do their own thing. So immediately, as soon as you got out of that door, you pretty much split from your Rhine. So we have 2 people here, 2 people here. No. So if you knew, alright, so Pharah knew Doomfist was down here. So Pharah could have called that out. If all 6 of you ran for this Doomfist, he was locked in this small room. He could have easily died. But because we left this Doomfist alive, like Ryan and Zarya, you're doing nothing right now. Because we left this Doomfist alive, he was able to get that punch on Baptiste, which forced him to use his immortality.
Meteor strike.
Zarya has to use bubble on Mercy right there, which is fine. So you don't have immortality anymore, and both of you are crit. Right here. So you're here. Reinhardt's there. If you had your immortality, you could have saved your Reinhardt, which is 82 to shatter. Granted, if he didn't use it the first fight, he'd probably have it back. But he's still 82 to shatter. You could have thrown your immortality here, would have saved Reinhardt. Let's see if he gets his ult. Oh, he doesn't, because he dies. So you had the right idea, using your ult to save the Rhine. But if everyone was still grouped up with the Reinhardt, as soon as you pushed out this door, Doomfist would have never gotten that punch up these stairs to Baptiste to force him out to use immortality right here. You would have been up here with your Reinhardt. Doomfist would have gotten a punch up the stairs to nothing. So, just stay glued to your Reinhardt, basically. Because not having that immortality here led to everything falling apart. Because you couldn't save your Reinhardt. And then it's just cleanup for their team. Okay. Wait, what? How? What are they doing? Are they throwing? I'm so confused. How did they lose? Okay, so they got 2. Ryan and Mercy are dead. Their Reinhardt drops. Okay. What happens? Pharah got a good pick on the Moira. Mercy should have rested that. She doesn't, because McCree gets a pick. So you basically just traded 3 for 3. And then you won 3 for 3. With 3 for 3. Oh, Baptiste lived the entire time. Solo ulted there. Free gets out. Zarya kills the other Zarya. And then they back up. The Doom just backs up because the McCree was putting pressure. And then you stall for long enough to get your Reinhardt back. And then you just get people on point. Wow. That 3 for 3 trade paid off. Holy shit. Good shit. Okay, let's see. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 ults. Shatter, Barrage, Valkyrie, Grav, and High Noon. They're gonna have maybe Shatter. It charges fast, so we'll count that as a maybe. Grav, maybe Doom, Moira, or Coalescence, and Valkyrie. So what you want to do right now is you want to, considering they have that Grav, you know they have that Grav because they haven't used it the entire round. You don't want to be grouped up like this. So that's like a free 5-man grab right there. And if you use Immortality, it can easily get burnt down by the Rein, Zarya, and Moira, and maybe Doomfist, and the Pharah. So, grouping up right there below the bridge is very bad. What you could have done is you could have taken a fight up here. So, let's get it from... I'll get it from a different angle. Alright, that's good. So if you guys, instead of being down there, if you took the fight up here, you had your Reinhardt, your Zarya, your Bab, Mercy, and Kree, Jesus. If you had them all up here, that would have forced them to come down from the low ground. Getting a Grav right there is a lot harder than shooting it straight to you. Granted, they could shoot it at the wall and suck you right there, but if you had someone standing basically right there, from there back, they're not going to be affected by the grab. It would maybe only get Rein. So, standing there would prevent a bigger grab, which would also prevent any kind of combo they had planned. Because if they grab you, Reinhardt is 60 to his ult, he could run in, swing, and get his ult very fast off of hitting 5 targets at once with grab. His ult will charge extremely fast and he'd have his shatter. So, basically, try to go for high ground as much as possible. And even if they did, even if you were up here, if they pushed out here and down, you would be able to drop down and split them halfway through. So let's say the Reinhardt, let's say their Reinhardt is here, Rein and Zarya are both here, Pharmacy are going to be up here, and the Doomfist, he's probably going to be somewhere over here, flanking. So it would be Rein, Zarya, and Moira right here. That would be 3 people here, 1 somewhere over here for Doomfist, and 2 up here for Pharmacy. That would split 3 people off from their team. So if you have a grab here with 3 people, your Reinhardt right here, you could stand here, put a shield, block anything coming this way, or put your shield up this way to block anything from the Pharah, and your McCree and your Pharah could all rain hell into this grab and get 3 picks. So if you stood up here, they push here, you know you'd have 3 here, Doomfist somewhere, Pharmacy up here. Maybe if Doomfist is here, you'd have 4. If your Zarya was up here, you'd get a grab from the high ground onto the low ground, which is very easy to land. That'd be 3 free picks. Because Coalescence, if Moira is in the Coalescence, she's not going to be able to save you guys. Valkyrie, Mercy's Valkyrie is not going to be able to do enough healing to save them. If you had 1, 2, 3, 4 people at least shooting into that grab, Coalescence would, or Valkyrie would not save them. So, think about holding the high ground. It's the same thing all the time. Okay, so that's good. Moving over to counter them. Your Baptiste should be back here with your McCree. There really doesn't need to be a reason Baptiste is up here, because lobbing those grenades from here shouldn't be difficult, and Immortality should not be difficult from this range. So, and if you were standing here with your McCree, I just saw this Doomfist. If he tried to dive you, you'd have your Immortality if you really needed it, and your McCree flashbang to deal with the Doom. Like, both of you could kill that Doomfist. So, Baptiste is a little bit too extended. Doomfist goes for the McCree, misses because he's bad. Let's see, they use Shatter and Coalescence, or I mean Grav and Coalescence. You used your Shatter, which looks like it only got their Reinhardt. So this plays out. Immortality comes out. That was good. We needed the Immortality. It's last fight, so they're gonna be dumping all of their ults. Where is McCree? You're here. You're gonna try to kill the Doom. Works, but it wasn't with the high noon, but whatever, it works. Okay. So So it looks like they just have more people alive. You get a good grab, a good barrage, and you pretty much won because of ults. You won that strictly from ults. Okay. Oh, fuck. I want to see how they lost this. See, how did you hit Ryan only? That shouldn't have hit anyone. I should have hit Zarya. I don't know how it didn't. But okay, so the Doomfist went by himself and missed on the McCree. He's bad. Had no abilities. Couldn't kill Kree. Your immortality came out. So they're just straight dumping ults into this. Let's see. Ryan gets charged and he dies. I don't know how Kree doesn't die. So Ryan dies. Kill Doom. So that's a 1-for-1 trade. You got 2 people half, 3 people half. Mercy's in a safe spot. Keeping Pharah alive, that's exactly what she should be doing. Let's see. What's the next pick? There. Okay, so you got Zarya. It's 2 for 1. Technically 1 for 1 because I got the res. Do you use it? Use it, but it wasn't really useful. Okay. So, alright, so you played that really smart. You kited them into you. That was really, really smart. You were down 1, or it was a 1-for-1 trade, and you were basically backing them up into you, which is really smart, and then you baited them into the grab. And the Pharah got the barrage from the back side and then killed herself. Okay, so that was a really smart play. Good job. And then you win. Dope. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, so they went May Reaper. You're still running the Pharah Kree, which is really, really good against this comp. They have literally 0 counters for you. So this pharmacy should thrive. Should, keyword should thrive. So they got to point first. Alright, what you need to do here, Pharah, instead of shooting Reinhardt, you need to be, like I said when we were talking, you need to be shooting at the heavy dealers, the heavy damage dealers. Reinhardt is technically one of them, but he has a shield and he's going to be getting the most support from his team, granted the bubble here. So what you should be doing is either shooting the Mei, which has a lot of utility, or the Reaper, which would force out Wraith or kill him. So shooting Reinhardt right there is almost pointless. Really smart rotation. Good free, or good stun. Alright, nice. So you knew they were weak, got the final pick. I know I just said don't shoot Ryan. I know you just killed Ryan, but if that flash didn't land, I don't know. He wouldn't have gotten bursted down by Kree. If you tried to take that forward fight, it would have been more valuable shooting someone other than Ryan, basically. I'm not always right. Okay, so now Pharah, you should be shooting at this Reaper that is behind you, killing your Reinhardt. Good. So that's 2 picks. You should hard push forward into them right now. Ryan got frozen, so that's why you couldn't. Okay, so you still lost that, despite getting 2 picks. That's both Ryan Ryan's dead. Let's see who wins this. Technically wins this. He's leaning towards you right now, I think. Kree, what are you doing, dude? Oh, you're waiting for the Reaper. You should be shooting at this Mei right now, who's trying to kill your pharmacy. Oh, you missed the headshot. Oh, you got it. Okay. But your Pharah dies. And then your Mercy. And I'm gonna assume you lost this fight because it's 2 versus 4, just about. So let's see what exactly went on. Oh fuck. Okay. So let's see. It starts really, really good. Pick on Ryan, so that's really, really good. Immediately, you should turn all your attention on this Reaper. Which, for the most part, happens. Takes out the Wraith, wait until he dies. As soon as he dies, right there, now focus all of your attention on this Mei. Everyone should be shooting this Mei. This game is about calling one target and killing them. Everyone should be shooting this Mei right now. You dropped your shield and got frozen. So, dropping your shield right there stopped you from pushing forward, which stopped Baptiste and Kree from pushing forward. And I think stopped Zarya because she turned around to help you, which got frozen. So you shouldn't have gotten frozen by that Mei. If you waited just a couple seconds before she was out of range, then pushed forward, that would have been better. So, Pharah's doing her job right now, still shooting that Mei. Reinhardt got rezzed right in front of you, right in the middle of your team. Look where this Reinhardt is. Ryan here, and you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people basically, right there. That big circle, who's in the middle of it? Enemy Ryan. Kill this Reinhardt. He should go down. We have 1, 2, 3, technically 3 people on this Ryan, who is only getting healed by Mercy, so you should win that. Pharah right now, you're putting your attention on the wrong people. So if you all call out the same target, it dies. So that's what happened with the Reaper and the Mei in the beginning of this fight. You all fought the Reaper, killed him. You all fought the Reinhardt, I mean, the Reaper and the Rhine. You all fought the Rhine, killed him. All fought the Reaper, killed him. And then, as soon as that Reinhardt got rezzed in the middle of you guys, you should have switched your focus from Mei, which is what Pharah is still probably shooting at right now, to Reinhardt, because he's in a very vulnerable spot. So, Ryan lives, gets a charge onto your Ryan, which puts your Ryan in the dead center of their entire team. And he should be the first one to die. Yep, first one to die. So if you were able, if you switched all your focus onto that Ryan, which got rezzed in the middle of your team, that Ryan would have never gotten the charge onto your Ryan, pinning him into the middle of their team, and then killing him immediately. So call out which target, or focus the important target. Focusing the wrong targets is gonna lose you fights, because now that your Ryan is dead, that charge booped your Zarya, I think, into their team. I didn't exactly see the time. You know, fuck it, I'll check. Let's see. He gets rezzed. Okay. This charge. Yep, exactly what I said. The charge knocked your Zarya into the middle of their team. We've already spoken about Ryan. So now both of your tanks in the middle of their team because of that one charge. So Ryan dies immediately. They focused him down very good. What they're doing is what you should have done. Focus down whoever is out of position. They're doing their job. They're punishing out of position players. Technically, Ryan and Zarya were out of position because that Ryan charged them. So now Zarya is probably going to be the next one to die because look where she is in the middle of their team. Very low health. And Bubble is about to be gone. No Bubble. No healing. Low health. Gets focused. And dies. Okay, their Ryan dies again. I don't know how. He's just bad. Not really looking at him right now. So right now, they have 5 up, you have 4 up. Your Mercy is weak, and their Mei is weak. Moira half. Pharah right now should be shooting at Mei. She's half and only has Mercy healing. You could win that. Although you killed the Zarya, that Mei is still chipping you down. And then, what's she doing? What is she doing? She has terrible target focus. Like I said, should have been shooting Mei. Forget what I said about terrible target focus. They're doing their job. Yeah, okay. So, they're doing their job, right? They're doing what we should be doing. They're focusing one target. They know that Pharah is a valuable target. So they have 1, 2, now 3 people all going for this Pharah. And she dies. Forget about the Mei, even though she literally did nothing. She was still doing her job. So because the Mei, even though she didn't damage the Pharah, was going to kill the Pharah, that puts the Mercy in a triangle here. 1, 2, 3 people, and 1 Mercy. She's in a triangle of death. She should not survive this. She has no right to survive this. Mei, like I said, terrible target focus. Jesus. But Mercy does die. So that leaves the Reinhardt is almost back, both supports and the Mei against a Kree and a Baptiste. Eventually you lose this, I think. I don't even know. Terrible memory. Alright, I give up. I don't know what the hell this game is. I don't know how you guys are winning this. You had no right to win that. These guys are worse than I thought. Okay. We're just gonna completely ignore that ever happened. Because that shouldn't have happened. What? Where is she? Oh, that was a lucky pick if I've ever seen one. Wow. Okay, so that's good. They get the pick and they push straight forward. That's what they should be doing. Pharah, you should not be standing here. Pharah, you should be going out on a flank. You have the ability to get these awkward angles right now. You could be, right now, if you, as soon as your Kree got picked, you knew they were going to push. If you pushed out here, you could have played this pillar. You see the Widow there? She could shoot you, but you could have played this pillar. You could have gone here, played this pillar. That's a big angle on at least 4 people. So. Use immortality. A couple of you are weak. Okay. Back to Pharah. You're gonna be the one I'm focusing on the most because you're kind of the most important member, aside from main tank. So if you did what I said, you went around this side, you saw her there, you play your pillars, you play the cover, you use concussive blast and jump jet at the same time. That would launch you forward and up over this Widow, which would probably either kill her or zone her, which would be very important, which would lead to you getting a more valuable ultimate. So if you were able to get your barrage off there, that would have been, so let's say you went this way, you got up here, you killed Pharah, you killed you killed Widow. You could have gone behind, boom, barrage. All of them were grouped up right here. You could have gotten a huge barrage right there, potentially saving your team. I think you kind of just struggle with target focus, maybe? Could be wrong, I don't know. Not Jane. Okay, good idea. Push on the top. Should not high noon. wasted it. Completely wasted it. Reinhardt right here, he has no other, like, what else is he gonna do other than push you? So, and even if you charged your high noon, by the time he got to you, you'd be dead. So they've got a Mei behind you, who's probably gonna pick up that Mega, and 4 people in front of you, and you're in the middle of dropping down.
Hammer down!
So you got split. You got split hard. McCree was here, but we're gonna ignore. We're gonna look at this picture right here. So, actually, let's look at a better picture. There we go. That's better. So they have all of this. All of this is them right now, including all of. That's not talking about up here. That red is down there where the Mei is, right there. So they have all of this, pretty much all of this, and all of that under control. You have that. You have right there. That's all you have. So, they clearly control way more ground than you do, because you got split. So let's say, if you're Mercy and you're Baptiste, followed up with your Rein and dropped him, which you should always do, always follow your Rein. If you're Mercy and you're Baptiste, this is messy. Mercy, Baptiste, dropped it down here, then you could have, just never get in front of your Rein. Just general tip, don't get in front of your Rein, because you're gonna get shattered. So, let's just assume Rein is here. You have Zarya, Rein, Mercy, Baptiste, that's your Mei, and your Pharah should, instead of being here, shooting there. Pharah can't really drop down that way or else she will get destroyed by Rein Zarya. Rein will be in swinging distance of her. Zarya will be in beaming distance. So Pharah right now, you should back up here, drop down that way, regroup with your team. You have the mobility, capitalize on it. So, going back to what I said. Rein here, Zarya, Mercy, Bap, this is under. Just assume that's under, not on top. Your Mei, and your Pharah flying over here to drop down. So, that would almost guarantee this Mei dies, right? So she would be in the center. This Mei right here would be in the center of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. That would almost guarantee a kill on that Mei. What they're gonna have to do is push straight into you. They knock the Zarya with the shatter, so that's probably a free kill because she gets shattered, and Rein is too far back. Mercy's focusing on the Pharah. Baptiste doesn't have immortality. Zarya is out of range of immortality. So, and Mei is out of range to do anything. Zarya should die. Just in general. Yeah, push forward. That's the last thing I expected you to do. Oh. Where's this Widow? Right there. Okay, yep. So Widow was here. Pharah, you're playing right in her sightlines. You just went over here and dropped down. Be out of her sightlines completely. I want to see what this Mei does. Make sure you get a free kill on Bap. Rein, that's a good shield. Rein's doing really well right now, getting the shield. But she walls off 2 people. Should kill this Bap. Does. Okay. So, if we did what I said, if we all retreated into this room and killed this Mei, that wouldn't have isolated you, gotten you killed, you and Mercy killed, and Pharah, it wouldn't have basically split you guys. So, if you all retreated back here and Pharah just came down here, got out of the Widow's sightlines, which was standing over here, could have killed this Mei, you would have all been grouped up, and you could have either pushed outside here to avoid the head-on attrition fight, or you could have committed grav and pushed straight into them and hoped you won. Either option would have been better than what happened. Because Zarya being out of position, going back to what I said, they're capitalizing off of people being out of position. They saw Zarya in front of the shield, they shattered Zarya, she dies, falls apart. You lose that fight, and it looks like you're gonna lose the round. But knowing me, all my predictions are wrong. So, you could come back. And you don't. Okay. It was at 87, you didn't have a realistic chance of coming back from that anyway, so. Yeah. Just being out of position pretty much lost that. Oh, too much. So there, Doom, Creep, Brig. You're onto Hanzo, Orisa, Hog, Ana, Reaper. Okay. So that's good. That's a good position to take. Drop down into here, force them to play close quarters. That is what your comp wants. You should win this. Just looking at the comps right now, you should win this. So you have Hanzo, which could take the battle with the Kree at range, could. Or he could also, so let's just do some arrows, right? Hanzo could battle the Kree at range. Hanzo could shield burst the Rhine. Hanzo could melt the Diva. And he could shield burst the Brig shield. So right now Hanzo has 1, 2, 3, 4 at least soft counters. Or he is countering at least 4. Hog, hook Kree, insta-kill. Burst down Rhine, burst down Diva. Hook goes through defense matrix. Hook the Doomfist to stop combos. And hook the Mercy to stop reses. Isn't great against, I mean, Brig, whatever, could kill Brig, but forget about her. Hog right now is countering 5 people. So, he is countering 4, he is countering 5. So, well, I'll do that in a different color. Just so we remember. Oops, nope, wrong one. 4 and 5. Now the Ana. Doomfist, if the Doomfist pushes into your team, Ana can anti the Doomfist, which would almost guarantee his death. You could anti the Brig, which would give her no self-healing, which would almost guarantee her death, but she has really zero damage. Anti the Rhine or the Diva, they're practically dead because they have already very little healing and no protection. So, the only protection they'd have would be either shield or D-Matrix, which, like I said, Hook goes through D-Matrix, which would get her killed. Sleep, you could sleep the Rhine, which could get him killed. So, just to recap, I'm dumb. 4, 5, on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 counters. 4, 5, 4. So yeah. Lucio, from the angle you're playing, boops off the map. You could boop Rhine, Brig, that's about it. Kree maybe. But, so that's 3. So we've got 4, 5, 4, 3. Alright, we're talking just at least soft counters, not hard counters. Stretching the imagination here. Reaper. Oh boy. Kind of, I wouldn't say really counters McCree, but if you can use the Wraith to bait the flashbang, you should always win a 1v1 against McCree in close range, which is where you should be anyway. So, that's at least 1. Rhine always loses against Reaper. Diva always loses against Reaper. Doom, easy fight against Doom. Brig always loses against Reaper. Mercy always loses. Alright, so you counter all 6 of them. Literally all 6 of them. So, 4, 5, 4, 3, 6. Play around your Reaper. He has the most counters to their team. Now we've got Orisa. Counters Kree because with Fortify and Halt, Kree wouldn't be able to do much against your already a lot of shields. Reinhardt, I wouldn't say counters Reinhardt. It's a lot easier for a Rhine to land shatters on an Orisa shield because you can just walk past it because Orisa shield isn't easily deployable because it's on a 9-second cooldown or something like that. So I wouldn't say she really counters Rhine. Diva, she just has a health pool advantage, so Orisa could be the Diva, so that's at least 2. Doom counters Doom, so Halt, if Doom punches in, you could halt him back. He tries to slam in, you could halt him, so he would slam there instead of there. He tries to uppercut, you could halt him down, and just basically deny all of his abilities. So, you counter 1, 2, 3. Brig, kind of. You have obviously the health pool advantage. She will never beat you in a 1v1. So, but you don't really directly counter her. So I wouldn't really count her. Mercy, you could, if someone dies here, she tries to res them. You could halt her, back that way, deny the res. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this, let's go back over this. 4, 5, 4, 3, 6, and 4. You have, all of you counter at least half of their team. But if you're looking at the numbers, Reaper, obviously, with 6 counters, obviously you should be playing around your Reaper. I don't want to take too long on this, but I'm going to quickly go over theirs. Kree counters Reaper with Flash, not always though. Counters Lucio, Ana, Hanzo, so he has 4. Ryan doesn't do a single thing here. Ryan should lose this. The only thing he would be able to kill would be maybe Hanzo, maybe Ana if he gets close enough, but nah, not really. So, D.Va counters nothing, literally nothing here. D.Va is a terrible pick. So 0, 4, 0, 0. Doomfist could counter Hanzo easily. Could counter Lucio. That's about 2. Brig doesn't really counter anything. Lucio maybe. I would say Hanzo, but with the comp you're playing, you're already pretty close, so that's like maybe 1. Mercy doesn't counter anybody really, so 0. So 4, 5, 4, 3, 6. I think it was what, 4? That is 4, 8, 12, 17, 20, 26. 4, 5, 6, 7. 26 to 7 counters. You should easily win. Simply based off of comps, you should win this. But, like I said, haven't watched the VOD. We'll see what happens. I spent way too long on that. That's cool. Okay, so that's a good halt. You want to stop the attrition. You halt the Reinhardt away. He is the head of the attrition, so that's very good. This is a very good hold you have right here. Take them head on. That's exactly what I was talking about. Hanzo is in the center of your team. And, Reaper can easily beat a Doomfist in a 1v1 simply because of the damage he outputs. So, looks good for you guys so far. Okay, perfect. So, Reaper has 100 health. Each tick is about 25. He has 4 ticks, so that's about 100 health. Doomfist has about 12. So, like I said, Reaper counters Doomfist mostly. So, he just forced Doomfist out. Doomfist got no picks, wasted all of his abilities. Reaper survived. Your halt stopped the Reinhardt. Your halt put him over here on this corner. He's dumb. So, Reinhardt, all the attrition is stopped. All of them are stopped right now. Reaper just melted the D.Va. She has very little health. I'm not going to count it. That's a what? 150-ish?
Whoa there.
Kree just lost his flash. So, look at this right now. This is actually insane for you guys. McCree does not have flash. He just used it. Brig is here. What? Is that 3 of you right there? 3 of you are there. 3 of you are there. You could easily kill this Brig. Brig, dead. Terrible decision. The rest of them are retreating. They have 1, 2 people, critical condition, Brig out of position. Easy fight, very clean. Brig dies, like I said, and they're all retreating. Very, very, very good win. You played that really smart. That's exactly what you need to do. You really don't have to do anything right here. They are in an awkward position. It is smart to take this fight, considering the Brig is out, and even if she was coming back, she would be behind you guys. Could easily lose the fight to the 3, 4 of you. I don't know, if y'all turned around, easily win that fight. Let's see. Let's see, I hate these big fights like this. Okay, Reaper's doing his job, killing the Rhine. Doom is going for the Hog. That's the last person he should be going for. He has a massive health pool. He should be going for the Hanzo. Hanzo is probably the easiest person out of your entire comp to kill for Doom. Low mobility, no survivability, easy kill. This is beautiful. You have them sandwiched right now between your Reaper, your tanks, and their Doom is out of position, and their Brig ain't even in the fight. So, that's good. Reaper should at least kill Lucio or Reinhardt. Smart decision to ignore the Doom, because he really can't do anything right now. If he gets a punch onto you, that's the only thing he can do. Onto either Hanzo or Lucio. But it doesn't look like he will. Good sleep from Ana. This is a very good counter, like, good crossfire right here. Ryan should die. He does. And you won that fight. So that was smart. Brig was all the way back here. Brig right here. Brig got here by the time the fight was over. Very smart to take that fight. And what happened was, going back to what I said on the very first round down in the other area, with the bridge or whatever on the first point, you set up those different angles, you can win from fighting 2 different angles. This goes back to that one VOD against BT, where you nanobladed against BT. If you nanoblade went behind them and the 5 of you pushed in front, you sandwich them, you win. That's what happened here. You basically sandwiched them from like 3 different angles. That was like a triple sandwich. Very, very good. I don't know what else to say about that. It was just clean. Okay. Let's see. That punch shouldn't do much since he's hitting Orisa. Oh, he didn't even hit her. He was out of range. Hog should go for a hook on this Doom. Their Rhine could be the first one to die. He is the weakest. So... okay, right here. Reaper, get one last shot on this Rhine, kill him, and Wraith out. That's all you have to do right now. You guys are doing a good job staying at least grouped up, for the most part. Not really going to blame Reaper or Orisa because they got halted up into you guys, or uppercut into you, or into the enemy. Boom, perfect. Killed Rhine, you should Wraith out. Or just kill everything. Assuming you didn't have ults. You should have Wraithed out. But, Blossom. I am not looking at ults. Just, they wasted Meteor Strike. He got Ana, but whatever. He wasted it. He should die here. Yep. Let's see. Next fight. 70% on the board. They have 1 ult this fight. You will have 1, 2, 3, 4 ults this fight. 4 to 1 ult advantage. They're gonna try to do what you did. Okay, so you knew they were going there. You knew they were going there, and you are really split. Ana Hanzo is fine over here, because if the Doomfist tries to dive you, Ana and Hanzo could win that. Oh, they got off Doomfist. You're in a great position. Ana and Hanzo. Everyone else, you should be grouped up with your Orisa. Orisa looks like she's walking this way. You could either place the shield, all group up behind that, or you could place it here, which will also put you closer to your Ana and your Hanzo, and put you, yeah, just in a better position than this, because you're really split. Okay, so you try to group up, you try to push back. Being out of position, Hog was over here, realized he had to push back, walked all the way over here, Brig came around this way, booped him off. So that's just another means of being out of position. Being split. So that's a 1 for 1. 1 for 2. Ana Hanzo. Perfect. Not even going to talk about you for now. Let's see. Lucio. Did he get shattered? I don't know. No, he didn't. Lucio did not get shattered. That dragon, really good. You split them, so now Reaper and Brig are over here. It's just Zarya and Hanzo left. Looks like Zarya got antied. This should be an easy cleanup, easy fight win. That's what happens, and you won. Okay, that was really good for the most part. Good sleep. Okay. Nothing should happen here since it's mostly cleanup. Yep, and you won. Really, really, really good. So, I don't know how long that was. That felt like it was forever. I don't know if I'm going to go into that much detail on all the maps, but I'll do my best, especially on the 2 that you lost. But, yeah, I mean, for the most part, most of it was just positioning, so we'll just look out into the emptiness here to get a good view. So most of it was, one, positioning. Ugh, perfect. So, by that I mean you were split. And you're playing low ground on that one. But that for the most part is it. Point 2 counters. You know what? I lied. Let's make point 2 ults, because that saved you guys a lot, especially on map 1 and 3. So, if you have the ult, alright, if they make switches, they will have no ults. So, I can't do this. Switches equals no ults, which also equals you have advantage. Okay, this is so hard to read. So keep track of switches so you know what ults they're gonna have. Positioning and ults. That's what you need to focus on. Counter picks. Not gonna talk too much about that because you did a good job countering their comps. There was never a time where you were out countered. So we're not gonna talk about counters because, I mean, you won that. So overall, focus on not being split. Eliminate that. Don't play low ground as much, because it could, if you have high ground, it's a lot easier to win a fight because shooting on top of someone is a lot easier. It's like being a Pharah 24/7. It's a lot easier than being a ground Pharah. Think of it as being Pharah. So if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's the enemy. I'll do yellow, and your Pharah, you're up here with your Mercy beaming you. It's a lot easier to do this than it is hypothetically to do, let's say that's a shield, than it is to do that. So high ground, play high ground. So that's about all I have to say about that map. Overall was really, really good, aside from map 1 where you just got split like I said. Pharah could have gone down and around, killed the Mei, but other than that, really, really good. Honestly, that took a lot longer than I thought. I don't know if I'm going to do the rest of them tonight, but I might. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. I might do 1 or 2 more.